Welcome everyone to Unscripted Coding. Today we're going to talk about Gemini 2.5 Flash Image, and this release is a big game changer for editing images on the fly with AI with text. Now, you may have heard about Nano Banana, and that was the code name for this model before it got released. Now, this was picked up pretty quickly because it was such a significant jump up. And so I'm just going to show you very quickly here. Here is, and I'll zoom in a little bit, a meme from Simpsons where Kirk was asked to draw something. Can you change the canvas so that it is a picture, or rather it is a drawing of a Tesla car? And so you'll see that I forgot I marked up this one a little bit, so you see the circle. That was the last time I asked Gemini 2.0 to do it. I asked it to draw something, and it just put a circle randomly in there. But now, this is very clearly a Cybertruck. And now we'll just say make it a Tesla Model Y. Because it's clearly a Cybertruck for now. I might zoom in even further so you can see. But what's going on here? Well, what's important is to know that there are differences in the models. If you think about text-to-art generators, Stable Diffusion, Dolly, Imagine, all of those are diffusion-based models. Gemini 2.5 Flash is just Gemini that is a multimodal version. And so you have two very different approaches to generating images. And what you're going to find, you can see this is more of a car now, what you're going to find is that they excel at different things. Now, if I ask, and I'm going to go into Google AI Studio here with Gemini 2.5 Flash, if I go and ask, can you create an image of a Tesla Cybertruck driving through the clouds in the sky, the results, I suspect, will not be amazing. Well, I was expecting an image. There we go. Honestly, that's better than I expected. It is a good model, but if you think about the results from Midjourney, from Imagine, you're going to get much, much better results. And that's because there's a series of images that are models, diffusion-based models that have gotten really, really good. That's what the last 3 years have been about at generating images. What you should be using this 2.5 Flash image model for is either generating something much quicker. You could see that it's fairly quick. Alternatively, editing images. If you think about Stable Diffusion or Midjourney, inserting an image, they're still trying to get that working. It really, really isn't. Alternatively, if you prompt it very heavily, you don't have the same level of control. Okay, so I'm just going to open another tab here and move it over here. What's interesting is if I go, can you draw an image of a Tesla Cybertruck driving through clouds in the sky? Google's consumer-facing product recognizes these limitations. And so what's going to happen is they actually use the image generation tool. This refers to their Imagine 4, and they create a, I guess, better image, I suppose. And And now, when we edit, we're going to say, can you remove the rainbow? Let's say I don't really like that. It looks kind of odd. But what we're going to see is that it is picking up a different tool. And sadly, we can't see it. But now it's going to use the Gemini 2.5 Flash image. I just wanted to show you guys a... Now, I had a lot of fun with this. We previously did a few videos on creating cat videos, and I always knew that Gemini 2.0 Flash was a severe limitation. But I was creating the tools in anticipation of this particular release, and so I'm quite happy it's here. What I want to show you is just some more kind of tools here. This is a character. Okay, and then this is a McDonald's, and I'm just going to ask, can you put this character in the McDonald's scene? Make sure the style is consistent, and let's just see how that looks. And here we go. So it recognizes, the human height. It didn't do very much. So I'm going to say, make the McDonald's. I can't type. Make the McDonald's a bit more animated in style to match character. Also, change the pose of the character to be more natural. Okay, so it only did one of the two requests I had, but I'm just going to throw something else at it. Here is a picture of a sword, and you have the character hold onto the sword menacingly. And we're going to see where this goes. When I go on Reddit or online, I see a lot of people have a lot of fun with this. So these are great examples, actually, in which they're mixing and matching different images. So in this case, person and the dog, and then throw them together. Here, that is menacing. Interesting. Not the greatest. So I'm gonna turn this all into a cartoon style image. What I have found, and what's really interesting, is of course, if you played with chat-gpt, they had something similar. I don't remember what it's called, but it was different than their DALL-E as well. They were using GPT to create the images, and there was this whole period in which ChatGPT was being used to make images in the style of Studio Ghibli. Now, I've tried that repeatedly with this one, and it hasn't worked all that well. So I am not sure why that is. There are limitations. What has been interesting is if I take this image, and let me just see if I can find good image, and I'm just gonna throw this again, another arcane image. Can you turn this into the same photo but during the day? I have found Gemini to be really good at actual real life photos. Now, it's not going to replace a professional with Photoshop, but if you are looking for ways to brighten up an image, to have sunlight, to make edits, to add certain things. If you have realistic images, it's really good. And what's interesting was a lot of people online were quite disappointed because the first announcement of this Nano Banana model seemed to be that it was coming to Google Photos. And it does seem to be the case with the Pixel 10 launch. But the idea here was that this model is meant for real photos. So you take a photo with your phone, ask it to make edits. So here, can you shine sunlight all the way down through the scene? Powerful sunlight. And I'm hoping for kind of yellowish rays down to see, but it has kept all of the elements and it looks very faithful to the original image. It just edited the palette, and then here, exactly what I was hoping for, just really strong sunlight down the middle. And I'm gonna say, can you change the color scheme so that it is less green and more towards a purple or neon red. And this is the last one. I swear I'm gonna call it quits after this, but I'm hoping that instead of these green elements that they turn more red or purple. Okay, that might be a bit extreme, but we'll take it. I hope you have a lot of fun with this. If you just go on gemini.google.com, you don't even need to use AI Studio. Even free users can use it a certain number of times a day before you hit the limit. And it is just a really, really, really big jump from what we had before. I mentioned already that I had tried previously with the Simpsons meme, and it just drew that random circle on. The jump from there to actually drawing images on the canvas is really encouraging. So I imagine there will be all sorts of interesting use cases moving forward. So thanks for watching, and I hope we'll do another project next week. Hope to see you there. Thank you.